afternoon. As a quick introduction, TV App Agency started about a year and 3 months. We specialize on smart TV development, and the majority of us came from the background of mobile. Mobile is becoming incredibly congested as a space, and we thought the opportunity to look at the screen that's always been in our houses and enables consumption of content was there. My presentation has no videos, so it'll be incredibly simple. I'll try to run as fast as I can so we can get into questions, which I think will be the most interesting part. But one of the first points I wanted to say is, for the first time, connected TV was trending on Twitter. On the 17th of May, was on position 4 of the Twitter trending. So more and more people are talking about it. More and more social sentiment against smart TV and connected TV is there. The more consumers are coming. Funny story, before I came in, I went for lunch with a friend of mine. We launched the first tourism destination app for the Seychelles Island from anyone you could think of. And in the last 2 days, they had 3,000 downloads of their app. So for a market that doesn't exist, that a lot of people go, oh, connected TV is not there, actually it is. We have customers getting about 100,000 downloads in 4 weeks, clocking about 35,000 page impressions a day, if not higher. So a little bit about us. We built a bunch of apps in the last 13 months. We now have offices in 8 countries. And what we really specialize is bringing brands and that range from traditional broadcasters like RTV with their kids channel, their traditional channel. We're currently building the Olympic apps for streaming of the games as well, to real estate portals like Find a Property Prime Location, to radio stations, you name it. So it's not just video that people are willing to consume on TV. People are looking at other services and how to have access to content. And that's the key about smart TV. It's a screen for you to consume content, either on video format or others. So really about what is so special about this space? Fragmentation in audience. So when I referred to you before that I came from mobile, where fragmentation was already a problem, it's great. Roberto talking about the mobile phone of Android and they being the #1 player, but they're still iPhone, and they're still the old Windows Mobile now is Nokia flavor, whatever you want to call it. But if you actually look at the environment around TV, the fragmentation is a lot higher. So I only have some of the platforms here where it'll make sense for brands to come over and putting their content available. So what did we do different? Instead of going and building custom apps like everyone has been doing up till now, we decided to launch a technology, which we did a month ago and received an award around innovation for it, that enables brands, broadcasters, telcos, whoever wants to come in this space, to develop one single app and then deploy it across the board. So what we're giving is, we went from bringing customers and people that want to be in this space to actually giving them a bigger audience for exactly the same cost of one app. So it's simplifying the development process using HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and bringing their content that they already had in the form of web or mobile into this new space. So what about new features? And this is one of the points that I wanted to touch around social TV. We see our world divided in 4 quadrants. Everyone betted on desktop and on laptops through the web. Everyone has done something on the space of mobile. Everyone done something on the space of tablets. The next logical step after you've done all of this is coming into connected TV. It's an easier step than you ever thought. A lot of the wars that you had before around getting APIs and getting everything ready is already done through your mobile journey. And it's incredibly simple to get to this space. Not as expensive as you think either. But as a strategy, really think how you're going to do it digitally. We've seen a lot of broadcasters coming to us and say, we're going to jump straight into connected TV. Doesn't make sense. If they haven't tasted what the digital world really is, jumping from a traditional broadcaster that is on a set-top box or is in a normal distribution, coming straight into smart TV is a big change. Where the universe is changing is really now is this sense of convergency. And Samsung, I use their example, it's about bringing everything together. So what we did with Samsung is we launched on Friday one application for a radio station that takes through a really good journey. So I can be at home, arrive, switch on my TV using my normal analog remote control, put the app playing radio on my TV, which, hey, surprise, surprise, now I have a 42 inches thing passing advertising, generating a lot more revenue that they ever had before as a radio station on TV. Even though they're a radio station, they're still doing 1,000 users a day, just in the UK. So it's not bad for a radio station coming into this new space. Then, if I go to my fridge and I get my both ends full with a Coke and a pizza, I can still walk into my living room and go, hi TV. and I get all the navigation of my application done by voice control. And because I like to tweet, and that's something that smart TVs are not really good at, it's me using it as a social element to post into Facebook or to post into Twitter, I can actually use my mobile device, connect to my TV, and use my mobile device as a personalized remote control for that specific app. I can tweet, my TV app knows exactly what I'm doing on my phone knows exactly what's happening on my TV app, and I have a really good connection and journey. So all of a sudden, we're shifting from having an analog remote control, pretty dumb, to go to not using it or to using a mobile device that gives us a lot of new features we can go around it. So in terms of speed it up, some examples around it. We did with the Spanish Football League, Right Move, and the Absolute Radio, where we brought a lot of the key functionalities around Twitter and Facebook and writing into the mobile device where it's meant to be. The last piece I just want to touch before I finish, it's really around analytics. And this is where broadcasters get excited. For the first time, we can track and tag. We had a case study written on us by Google Analytics on best practices of using them in smart TV, because now we can track a lot of new things. It's not just about all people consuming it, but it's understanding. And the last story I tell before I go is around the broadcaster I met a couple of weeks ago in Canada, where the goal of coming to smart TV is start seeing where they're going to spend their money on content rights. If no one is using on my smart TV horror as a category, why would I spend money buying those content rights for it? And so they start streamlining where they're spending their money and focusing on areas that people want to consume of content. So that's it. I finished my presentation, and
thank you very much. Here, I'll give you one of those. Let's go and ask a question.
Excellent job. Let's talk money. People out here may want to get an app built, may want to come and talk to you. What should they be budgeting? Should they be budgeting 15,000 euros, 100,000 euros? Are there tiers? What should be people looking at? Because there's two questions I have. One is around HTML5, right? And how that's going to be impacting. But the first question is, let's talk about money.
So let's start by the second one, HTML5. These TVs still run on CE HTML, so HTML5, it's not there yet.
So what you're saying is that TVs don't see HTML?
They use CE HTML.
Oh, sorry,
so
CE
it's Consumer Electronics HTML. HTML5 will be coming, but at the moment is not fully supported. So they use a subset of that functionality. Regarding price, because of the technology I showed you, we're able to produce apps for the cost, 8 apps in reality for the cost of 1. So for a VOD app, you're probably looking on the 35,000, 40,000 euros mark.
Okay, and you'll get 8 to 1.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So you get 8 different platforms, 8 different manufacturers out of one single source.
Wow. Are we ready to go? We are? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And people can come up and chat with you afterwards?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. Let's